Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another broadcast of Ripon College women's basketball. Along with Stretch Internet and the Ripon Channel, our executive producer this evening, Riley Eisnagel, Martin Ernser. I'm Jason Mansmith. Welcome to the Johnson Gillespie Court and the Doc Weisstein Gymnasium at the Wilmore Center on the Ripon College campus. A big game here tonight. This is the 1,000th women's basketball game in the history of Ripon College and a legacy that has spanned 3 coaches. Pretty impressive, Marty.
Yeah, it's kind of like who occupied left field for the Boston Red Sox consecutively, Stremski and Rice and company. Yeah, it is. Very impressive. I was here as a student back in the 70s when Elaine Cole started up the program. You can read all about that outside in the corridors where they have a lot of information historically. A great tribute and salute to the girls program and to Elaine Cole, who is here tonight, by the way, I might add.
Yeah, absolutely. Marty had a chance to talk to head coach Lauren Busalaki here just a few moments ago. We'll listen into that and find out and come back with the starting lineups and more. It's Ripon College women's basketball from Stretch Internet and the Ripon Channel.
Welcome to Doc Weisstein Memorial Gymnasium located at the Wilmore Center at Ripon College. I'm Marty Ernser, Stretch Internet and the Ripon Channel. We're just moments away from tipping it up for the Ripon College women's 1,000th game in program history against the visitors of UW-Platteville. Joining me is head coach Lauren Busalaki, and she's 1-1 on the year. I almost want to accuse her of being a state school now. They're going to be playing no less than a half dozen state schools this year.
Yeah, we've got a really good non-conference schedule. Hopefully, every game we're trying to get a little bit better, and the goal is that it gears us up for our conference games.
I see you started your season, speaking of state schools, up at Eau Claire. You won a thriller in overtime and then lost by double digits to the host team, Eau Claire.
Yeah, really proud of our team on Friday night. We kind of gutted out a win there, just in overtime, a new experience, especially coming off of it last year, and then came back against Eau Claire. We had a decent first quarter, and then in an okay first half. It's just after the first quarter, we just kind of couldn't throw it into the ocean, Marty. So we had our shooting woes affected us the rest of the night, and just a missed opportunity for our team. So we're ready to get back at it tonight.
Well, you'll have a challenge tonight, but before we get to that, last time I spoke with you, Coach, because of all the COVID stuff, you didn't have any kids, Coach, and now you got 2 adorable young daughters.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We're lucky.
Yeah. So, there's more to life than basketball, you found out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about your team. You got some great leadership, great veterans coming back.
Yeah, we have a really strong senior class with Sid Pitt and Ani, as well as Sky. Our junior class has had a ton of minutes, just with Kiana and Jordan and Bonnie and Al, and then and Cass as well. They've just, they're players that we've kind of grown up with these last couple of years, and really missed out last year on a ton of opportunity with not having a conference season. So they're geared up, they're ready to go, they're super excited about this one.
I as well, Coach. One other comment. Talk to me about your incoming freshmen. You want to brag about them? What's going on with your new class?
Yeah, our freshmen, they bring a lot of athleticism to our team. So they're still, with freshmen, we're still trying to figure each other out, really. They're trying to keep improving within both ends of our system on the offensive and defensive end, and building confidence as well. So we're excited to just see their growth. Bella has gotten a ton of opportunity just after this first weekend. She comes in after Key just at the point guard spot, and she's done a really good job, and we expect the rest of our freshmen to follow suit.
Coach, I want to wish you good luck tonight. I am so excited, as is Jason Mansmith, that'll be doing the call on tonight's game, to get back in, load the wagon, smack the mules, and get your very successful program back going.
Yeah, totally. Thanks, Marty. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. So for the Ripon Channel and Stretch Internet, I'm Marty Ernser. We're just moments away from player introductions.
And welcome back to the Wilmore Center. We will get set for the starting lineups and the tip-off here in just a little bit. Ripon versus UW-Platteville tonight, the 1,000th women's basketball game here at the Wilmore Center. But right now, we'll step away for the playing of our national anthem and be back with those starting lineups here in just a matter of moments.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back after the national anthem. Martin Nernser, Jason Mansfield along with you as we get set for tonight's women's basketball game. We'll get to all the notes and highlights and information coming up here in just a matter of moments. But first, let's take a look at the starting lineup. First, for the UW-Platteville Pioneers. They'll start number 4, a 5'10" 10-inch sophomore guard from Marshfield, Wisconsin, Addie Byrom. Number 5, a 5'5" sophomore from Yorkville, the guard, Liliana Guerra. Number 11, the 5'11" senior from Waupun. She's the forward, Maya Damask. Number 12, a 5'8" senior guard from Whitewater, Allison Heckert. And number 23, 6' senior forward from Kingston, Illinois. Number 25, Taylor Gilbert. Head coach Kelly McNiff, assistant coaches Mark Heidorf and Jeff Pustine. If you recognize that name, Mark Heidorf, if you're a Ripon resident or tuning in, Mark actually coached here for a little bit in the high school ranks at the girls program and a few other programs around the area. So good to see him still out there coaching. Here's a look at your starting lineup for the Ripon College Redhawks. They'll start number 3, a 5'1" junior guard from Clayton, Wisconsin, Kiana Fall. Number 14, a 5'11" junior from Muskego, forward Bonnie Jensen. Number 22, a 5'9" junior guard from Greenfield, Illinois, Cassidy Walters. Number 23, a 5'8" junior forward from Clayton, Wisconsin, Allison Leslie. And number 33, the 6' senior center from Broomfield, Colorado, Sydney Pittenger. Under the head coaching direction of Lauren Bustalaki in her 9th season, assistant coaches Dave Johnson, Megan Jensen, and Bill Peters. Those are the Ripon College Redhawks. Marty, thoughts on tonight's game? Redhawks coming into this one 1-1 on the season in that tournament over the weekend, and should be a good game here tonight.
Their first game of the year, they win in an exciting fashion in overtime against River Falls. And then the host team, Eau Claire, treated them rather rudely. As Coach said in the pregame before we went on, she goes, Marty, we couldn't hit the ocean. And how's that for candid truthfulness?
Right.
And so I'll tell you what. And they're 1-1. They being Platteville Pioneers coming in tonight. They won their first game and then lost to the host team there in Iowa. The name escapes me.
They had Bethel and Loris.
Yeah. Loris has a program, both their men and their women's basketball is very successful, very strong. They tend to hit a lot of the suburban schools in the Chicago area. You'll notice some of those schools that you just did on the introduction for Platteville. I'll tell you, I think it's going to be hopefully our guard play and versus will nullify their guards. I think, just going out on a limb here, I think the key to watch is how successful for Ripon is Bonnie Jensen. I think for a forward with her ball handling skill set for a big, how successful is she going to be driving, putting it on the floor, and creating like oftentimes a guard does. So I'm hoping we're going to see a close game here in the 1000th Ripon College women's basketball game.
So in the 46-year history, we commented this before, they've had just 3 head coaches and all of them eclipsing the 100 win mark. And tonight, the Red Hawks wearing their special team JJ jerseys to recognize former coach Julie Johnson, who passed away a few years ago. And they kind of have a little shout out to her tonight. And
yeah,
we had a lot of years working with Julie doing stuff. And just a fantastic woman.
I remember calling some games for conference championships right here on this floor, a couple of them, and brings up great memories of some fantastic players.
You bet. So glad to have you along here on this Wednesday evening on Stretch Internet and also the Ripon channel. So Platteville in the travel white jerseys with the black trim and the orange numbers, and the Red Hawks in the teals tonight with the red numbers and white trim as well. 10 minutes on the clock for the first quarter. And set to jump for Ripon will be Bonnie Jensen. Red Hawks will move left to right on your monitor. Good to be back. We haven't been together in a long time. February of 2020 was the last one we've called.
Yeah, so. I had a bunch of hair on my head, I think, back then.
What happened, my friend?
I don't, well timed. Here we go.
Fall with the basketball, look to the right side. Inside to Pittenger. She'll drive and lose that ball off the leg.
Yeah.
And now the other side will go for Platteville. Here's the drive on the left hand, and the shot put up, no good. Rebounded right back out of there from Damask. She'll put it up again, no good. Misses the second time, rebound comes out. Jensen, here's Fall on the run out.
We did Damask games with Waupun girls games.
Bunch of them.
She is tough.
Around to the outside, Jensen on the drive, baseline. She'll go hard to the rack, no good. Rebound tipped out of there, Kiana Fall. 5'1", but she always finds a way to pull a board or two.
What a pass.
Inside to Pittenger, and the basket will go.
I have not called a game where Pittenger has started. That would have been a couple seasons ago.
That was Allison Leslie, my bad.
Okay.
Pittenger's 33, Leslie's 23, so the and one coming at the stripe here for Leslie.
And I hadn't seen Pittenger start, and that'll be key, I think.
Basket is good, makes it a 3-0 score here, 9:06 remaining in the first quarter.
Good sign seeing Jensen put the ball on the floor and attacking the rim, too.
Guerra will drive across the timeline, working against Kiana Fall. Guerra comes in at 5'5", Kiana Fall comes in at 5'1". And now a foul off the back edge.
Speaking of Jensen.
So first violation of the ball game, first personal, first team. Just a touch foul. And the inbound. Carroll will work to the top side. That's Byron with it. Now quickly back inside and another foul.
Oh, no.
That could be on Jensen, too?
Yes.
That'll be her second, so we might see personnel change, and it will.
I thought she would be a huge part of this team's success tonight, and she's already sitting just less than 2 minutes into the game.
Jordan Bacourt's checking in for the Red Hawks, the 5'10" junior from New Franken. Playing her ball at Luxembourg Casco. Here's the shot on the way. Three-pointer is good to make it a tie ball game. 8:40 in the first. Fall on the right side. Bacourt's back to the edge. Looking to the right edge. Bacourt's trying to get in there to Pittenger, not there. Leslie with it on the edge this time. Back to the top. Walters on the drive, right side of the pipe. Steps back from 15. Drains, no.
Pretty shot, though. I like the move.
Good release. Right place to do it. Guerra to the right side throw. She'll look to go and sit. She'll break away. Damask will have a little trouble with that being double teamed up there.
Yeah, Damask is having her way. Defensively, Ripon's allowing her to go and get where she wants on that block. They need to make that a little more difficult for her.
Tied at 3 here with 8:02 remaining in the first quarter. They'll work to the edge now. Baseline and another foul. This one's going to be on Pittenger.
Yeah, a step late on that baseline. Something like that, if that's what she's going to do, play a half shade over towards the baseline, because if you're going to get help, it's going to come from the top, not from the baseline.
Heckert will do the inbounds. Right side of the key now for the Pioneers. Good D this time, Pittenger. I should say Leslie. And now Pittenger on the defense. She'll pull the rebound.
There you go.
Fall across 47-foot line. Will come to the other edge. Quick side inside. And scoop. No good.
Oh.
Rebound this time. Put up and good. Sydney Pittenger.
Wow, what a great cut that was by Bukaritz when she moved without the ball and Fall found her.
5-3 Ripon lead here. 7:15 remaining in the first. Muscle up, go for the contact, and now another foul will come in.
Wow, the fouls are coming in a big way down there on the block.
Checking in for the Redhawks, going to be the 5'10" senior from Mauston, Skylar Brescia.
You and I know about her when she would come off the bench as an underclassman, and she would be a spark. I thought, always felt primarily what really stood out was the offensive rebounding and putbacks.
Basket is good for the Pioneers, 5-4, 7-10. That's Taylor Gilbert to the free throw line. That one is up, but no good this time. Here comes Ripon on the run, leading by 1. Fall with the left-hand dribble at the top of the key, works to the edge. Back over to Cassidy. Walters will come in, post up, good shot off the glass.
Yeah.
Won't hit for her. Now the rebound, Brescia there. That won't go for her. Now the fight.
Yeah, she'll get called for over the back, but she got that first offensive board.
Oh, I think, they do. I was going to say that might have been a held ball, I thought, but they do call the foul on Brescia.
Yeah, NBA, they'll let that go.
Not here today?
Not here today.
What's up with that?
Not in Hooterville anyway, not yet, but eventually it'll funnel down to the colleges.
Sarah Mueller checking in, the 6-foot sophomore from Stevens Point for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I'm checking out the numbers in that tournament that they played in at Loras College. And she's one of the contributors off the bench. She can score, Mueller.
Heckert free throw. That will roll out. Ripon will hold on to that 5-4 lead here. 6:53 in the first quarter.
In fact, Mueller had a double-double off the bench in that tournament.
Second one, no good this time. Rebounded out by the Hawks.
Boy, Fall's pushing it.
She'll go baseline, always finds that little scooch around and up and good for 2.
What a beautiful, that's called a hesitation dribble, like you're gonna stop. And she, defender bit, and she did a blow-by. Beautiful.
Around the outside to work, Mueller with it, trying to find somebody inside. Heckert back out, here comes Mueller. She'll go with the left hand, put it up, basket and 1. Oh, the call to charge, okay.
Wow. Great help defense, I guess, in the eyes of the official. Just a hair late getting there. But that head-shoulder fake set Mueller up to get that penetration dribble and draw the foul.
Okay, so the official under the basket called the charge. The other gentleman said, nope, it's going to be the block. 7-6, Platteville with a chance to tie this game at 6:26 in the first. And we are tied.
Ripon taking a beating on the fouls right now in that half-court offense.
Fall will bring it up the court. Find Walters. Cassidy on the drive, goes behind the back, on the dribble, back outside. Brescia on the pass on their side. Scoop up and good.
What a pass by Brescia.
The assist from Skylar Brescia to Cassidy Walters. Redhawks lead 9-7.
Hey, that's just beautiful basketball.
Guerra with the dribble as well. Heckert now to the left side, back to Damask. Turn dribble, left shot, good, off the glass. Tie ball game again, 5:45. Fall will work the edge. Walters at the top. The fire back out top. The Courts will take it down, lose the dribble, get knocked out of bounds.
Watching Walters play, it's what I think what really makes her strong in her half-court offense is the ability to break down her defender with either hand.
Checking in for the Redhawks, number 5, 5'8" and senior from Arcadia, Annika Anderson. Tipped out of there by Platteville, and that will be knocked off of Ripon. And back to the Pioneers it goes. Tied at 9, 5:24.
Look at the bench size for Ripon. You're going to see the same thing with the men's team. I see Coach Kane and his family are here tonight. He, of course, is also the athletic director.
Mueller thought about the 3 instead, hands it back out to 24. Brindley Nelson, who checked in, the freshman from Fenimore. Shot put up, no good.
Boy, Nelson was surprised she was that open.
Fall on the dribble up. Hit the timeline, back it out, fire underneath, wide open, basket is no good. The Cords couldn't get that one to fall.
Baseline ref wasn't sure he got help on top.
Sometimes you get that momentum going under the hoop and the no-footer becomes a whole lot tougher.
I love the way Coach Buzalaki has her players moving without the ball, particularly baseline. We've seen it now about 3 times where they're doing some back cuts and they're getting open for some high percentage baskets.
Another check-in, Walters will check out.
This is an evenly matched game so far.
Yeah, freshman Bella Opelt, the 5'3" from guard from Neilsville, checking in for the Hawks.
If you're a freshman playing in this program for Buzalaki,
you're bringing something.
Yep.
Fall on the dribble. Now they're going to give the pressure. They're going to give a little touch foul there, huh?
Yeah, they're calling the rub, hip to hip.
Tied at 9, 4:39 remaining in the first quarter.
You were talking about the refs' outfits this year. We're going to have to talk about that later. What a nice move by the left hand to fall. Someone said, get that out of here. Get Marvin Webster, the human eraser. Oh, my goodness, going back to the late 70s, early 80s.
I have no idea who that is, Marty.
Yeah, believe me, the guys that he knocked that ball out of off the court do.
Here comes the inbounds.
That's funny.
Opelt with it. Back to Kiana Fall. Fall. 9 on the shot clock. Shot out of the way. 3-pointer. Good for the Hawks.
Wow. Way to make your presence known. Just getting into the game, Anderson, for the Red Hawks.
12-9 lead. Mueller looking to fire inside. It's got to go to the left. Nelson this time around the outside. Back to Mueller. She'll post up. Kick back out. Shot on the way. Carolina Apostolou. 9 on the shot for the Pioneers. Fight for it, left hand, push up, no good. Rebounded out by the Red Hawks.
Solid defense for the Red Hawks not to foul and still make it a difficult attempt for the Platteville player.
Taylor Gilbert was fighting under there for the Pioneers, but nothing. Collapsed pretty quickly by the Hawks. 12-9 Fall with the beat around the edge, puts up the shot, good.
Boy, does she seal off with her gluteus maximus to use her body to shield the defender. And right there, defense by Opel, the freshman. We just got into the game from Neilsville for the Red Hawks.
So checking in for the Pioneers, number 10, Aspen Stewart. 5'6" and senior from Stockton, Illinois. Red Hawks with their biggest lead of the ball game at 5.
Walk.
Yeah, they thought there was a little bit of an extra step there. But
yeah, drag that pivot foot, going for it. They're going to stay there just a little bit, getting to the ball. Fall, trying to get that ball. But I love the peskiness right now of the defense for the host team. They seem to have picked it up.
Heckert will do the inbounds, and now a timeout will be taken by UW-Platteville. You were talking about the amount of state teams that the Ripon College Red Hawks are playing this season.
Yeah, I a little sarcasm there with Coach in our pregame saying, welcome to the state Division III conference, Coach. You're playing no less than a half dozen state schools lined up in non-conference action. And she says, yeah, if we're gonna take that next step, it's one thing to win conference, another thing to win the postseason tournament of the Midwest Conference. got to take that next step, so you got to play that really tough, grinding competition, and that's what they're doing.
So they've got River Falls, Eau Claire, Platteville, La Crosse, Stevens Point, Oshkosh, all on the docket this season.
Yeah,
for state schools.
Yeah, they played River Falls. They lost to Eau Claire. Platteville here tonight. They're going to play Norbert's in there on the 19th of this month.
Picked off this time, coming the other way. Here's the Redhawks on the run. Out, jump stop, put up, left hand, can't go. Rebound right back up, and good this time for the Hawks.
And what hustle after the theft to get down there and out-hustle the defenders to get that offensive putback to go up 16-9.
Anna Farney with that one, the Winnet County product.
She was all-conference, I believe honorable mention all-state. Toughest layup is when you're all by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Big scoop on the left hand, put up, no good. Rebound comes out of there by the Hawks.
Yeah.
They'll run to the other side. Trail back on that. Try to get something inside on the dribble, not there. Platteville will check a few more in. After that timeout, Ripon checked a few others in as well.
Skylar Brescia, I tell you, she's working both ends. She couldn't have played better than we were talking about her when she got in. I mean, both ends rebounding.
Red Hawks get the inbounds. They lead 16-9, 2:35 remaining in the first quarter. On your scoreboard. Drive on the way, put up. Leslie, no good. She'll get it to drop.
And think about this, Ripon starting 5, only one senior.
Yeah.
Got them doubled up, 18-9. A little over 2 minutes left in that first quarter. It's been so long, I forgot. It's quarters.
Byroll on the toss back around. There's Damask. She'll go base.
Look at that help defense by Brescia.
Forgot somebody in the corner. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound comes out by Skyler.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes to go.
Brescia must have found out this year they're paying a commission for rebounds.
Picking up some extra work. She'll drive in this time and kick it back out. Move around the edge. Shot put up from Opelt, no good.
Yeah, tough take for a freshman.
Just about 90 seconds left in this first quarter, and the Red Hawks lead 18-9. Shot on the way, put up, blocked, but we'll have a foul. Inspiration's going to get that foul.
This is the same official that has not been a friend to Ripon yet on that charge block call, and then the block by Brescia.
But Courts is going to come back in. You got to remember, Bonnie Jensen's still on the bench, right? She picked up 2 fouls in that first quarter right away. So I'm sure we'll see her back in to start the second.
Yeah, and I really felt that she's one of the better bigs, forwards that can, ball handler. And that's not basically when you pick up 2 quick fouls like that, that all of a sudden changes a little bit of your rotation.
Eckerd's first toss was good, making it 18-10. Second one on the way is going to bounce off and pulled out of there by Leslie. Back out to Opelt.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Red Hawks will set up to go to the right side edge. Another break on the baseline.
Yeah.
Back up the courts, finding Leslie.
That was Fall drew that hesitation dribble again. Fooled me once, but not twice.
Fire back outside to Allison Leslie. Just about a minute left here in the first.
They're keeping Leslie in check. They're not letting her get a good look on a 3.
5 on the shot, but we got a foul off the ball.
They're going to, speaking of Leslie, they're going to call her on a screen away from the ball.
Kiana Falls going to check back in for Ripon. And also number 24, Bailey Mullen, the 5'10" sophomore from Green Bay. First time she'll check in today.
To have Annika Anderson come off the bench and be a nice point guard like that for Ripon, it's a nice thing to have.
Damask over to the right side. Here comes Liliana, and that shot put up and good from Guerra.
Yeah, and a nice left hand.
18-12, Red Hawks lead.
I know that overture.
I was going to say, I was waiting for it, Marty. I mean, there is a dad joke there. You're going to take it.
You read me like a cheap dime store novel. Here we go.
Now listen, Leslie looks back up top. The Kurtz will fire to Kiana Fall on the head fake at the timeline. I should say at the free throw line. Works on the outside of the edge. Mullen this time 3 on the shot, on the drive, put up before, it's no good. Rebounds out by Platteville. Guerra thought that was the end of the quarter. It wasn't. Now they'll push, try to get one more before the end of the quarter on the feed and the trail back. No, yeah, it will go.
Wow.
Laura Anger, the bucket to end the first quarter. 18-14 here after one quarter complete. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a matter of moments here on Stretch Internet and the Ripon Channel. Welcome back as we get set for the second quarter. Ripon leading Platteville 18-14 on your scoreboard. We talked about the fact this is the 1,000th women's basketball game here. Longest winning streak in Ripon's program history, 14 games from 2003 to 2004, while their longest home winning game streak of 13 games came from 2018 to 2019. So just a few more facts as we roll on through this evening.
That would have been Buzalaki in that longest home winning streak.
So Bonnie Jensen back into the ball game. Kiana Fall, Allison Leslie, Sydney Pittenger, Cassidy Walter, starting 5 back for the Hawks.
Playing with 2 fouls, she is.
Liliana Guerra on the outside running the point for the Pioneers. Anger, who hit that basket to end the first quarter, stays in. Quick fire inside. Damask left-handed, put up good.
Well, she sold out 14 for Ripon Jensen, who just re-entered the game. She sold out, went for the high, and that was it.
Back within 2 are the Pioneers. They were down by as many as 9 at one point. Kiana Fall will take it baseline, run back out and find an open Allison Leslie.
They're trying to set the table for her in her three-point shooting. Haven't been able to do it.
Quick cut inside. Walters on the float. Good.
Oh. You know, Walters, because she had that long-term illness a few years back, we never had an opportunity to see, what kind of game does this girl have? Well, let me tell you, this young lady has a game.
Well, that was an 8-foot floater that went nothing but net, so yes. Back out top are the Pioneers. Step back on the 3. Got to like that shot. Good shot. It was the right shot to take, no doubt about it for Addie Byrell.
Leslie with that board.
Fall amongst the trees, puts up the shot, and will get fouled along the way.
You can say that just about any time. Fall amongst the trees. Don't you think? 5-1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when she gets a rest, Bella Opelt comes in, they get an extra 2 inches, 5'3", right? So Kiana Fall will take the first free throw on the way for the Hawks, and that one bounces around and wrists is off to the right. 4-point lead for Ripon, 20-16, 8:47 remaining in the second quarter. Next 15-footer is up, and that one's good. Back to a 5-point lead for Ripon.
That was quite the duo they brought in when they recruited those 2.
Quick feed inside is going to be up and good for number 4, Addie Byrell.
Yeah, she came from the weak side on a little wheel there. Nice play.
Jensen will go baseline this time. Step back, puts it up. A little bit too far under the basket. Couldn't get more of the backboard. And Guerra will cross the timeline and set it up to the left side.
Yeah, she's doing everything right, just can't finish.
Damask will look to the right edge. Cut back inside. Heckert, throw back out. Guerra 3. Good.
Yeah, there was that same play again. They call that little wheel normally, and they ran it again. That time they collapsed on her. She, like you said, kicked it out for the open 3.
Tied at 21 with 8 minutes remaining in the second. Jensen on the drive, stops at the timeline. Got to back it out and find Fall as the Red Hawks will reload. Pittenger just fighting in the lane down there with Laura Anger.
Yeah, it was a good decision by Jensen not forcing that and resetting.
7 on the shot, but we got a traveling violation.
Boy, things right now, rhythm-wise, Ripon had it all going in that first quarter, those first 8 minutes of the game. Right now, a little more disjointed for them. Give the defense for Platteville a little credit.
Taylor Gilbert will check back in for the Pioneers. 7:45 remaining in the first half, tied at 21 on the Ripon College Red Hawks scoreboard. Close defense as Walters comes up to guard closely. Kiana picks off the pass.
Yeah.
She'll go scoop on the right, and we'll get fouled along the way.
Very clever, like a good point guard is, to always try to hang a little longer, get that contact, create, get to the line.
So Allison Heckert will pick up her second personal. Team's second here in the second quarter.
What I'm also noticing is how much taller and bigger some of these Ripon players are. It's been, Coach Kane, when I was talking about his team a week ago Thursday over at his house, he says it's been over 600 days.
Yeah. Fall on the second free throw is good. Nothing but twine on that one. 23-21, Redhawks lead by 2 with 7:27 remaining in the second.
And I said, you're right, Coach. Long enough for Coach Buzalaki to go from a family of 2 to a family of 4.
Exactly. Brinley Nelson checking in for the Pioneers.
Nice. Tackled from behind. Jensen goes to get the ball.
Take that back. Nelson not checked in. That is Sarah Mueller.
Coach Bill Peters, an assistant this year over with Coach Buzalaki's crew on the Ripon Redhawks. Been around Ripon basketball quite a while with the girls teams years ago.
Yeah, I was at Marion College for a while,
Yep.
at Marion University, I should say, for a while over there. So,
Yep.
Danielle Waldera checking in, 5'7" junior from Taylor, Wisconsin for the Pioneers. 23-21, 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's the drive on the way, put up. Gonna get a little bit of a trip there.
First time we've seen our player here, Leslie, put the ball on the floor. She's been trying to spot up for catch and shoot on the 3. Hasn't worked, so she attacked the rim down Main Street.
Walters will check in, and Bella Opel will check back in. 23-21, 6:58.
It's the safety valve on top.
Switch up on the defense? No, I thought they were shifting to the zone for just a second, but no, they went back to player to player.
Yeah, it almost looked like a 1-2-2
Right.
right there. It's just the way Ripon was playing high on their offense.
Shot put up, no good. Rebound comes out to the Pioneers. They'll run down, picked off right there. There's Opelt coming on the other side of it. She'll go with the right hand, jump stop about 3 feet, scoop around, left hand and finish.
What a step through to avoid the charge and go to the left hand. And that's a freshman from Neilsville.
Thing that we've noticed with the last few seasons, especially with the freshmen, is there's no fear there, right? There's no timidness.
No, and I'll tell you, she's got another freshman that's out of the same school that Jensen is out of, Martin Luther, and she's got the all-time shooting record for threes. She's a member of not only the 1,000-point club, she's got more threes than anybody.
Yeah, Vanessa Solano.
Yeah, and talk about 5'1" kind of thing.
Shot. Leslie, no good. That was all the way down into the cylinder almost.
I take that back, Solano. You're 5'5". You're a big at that position by Ripon standards. Pittenger takes the blow, the Colorado kid.
Brescia coming back in for the Hawks. 25-21, 6:06 remaining in the second quarter, first half. Skyler.
Squares,
Turn around,
yeah.
squares, yeah. Right-handed forced, good.
I never felt she was quite the scoring threat in her first 2 seasons. And, well, forget that.
Her first 2 of the game. And Guerra will work it around the top. Try to get one inside, picked off. Here comes Opelt again.
Yeah.
She'll feed the inside. Jensen puts, Allison Leslie on the left-handed finish is good.
Oh, the freshman feeds Leslie beautifully. Opelt.
8-point lead. This game was tied up at 21 at one point. Here's the run on the way, and the shot put up, no good, but on the foul. So Redhawks on an 8-0 run.
Last time down, it was Brescia that got the knockaway that created the turnover. That time she tried to do it again. Got too much of the body there. That official is not going to be getting holiday cards from the Ripon bunch this year.
Brescia will check out, and Jordan Burkort's checking in. Free throw is good for the Pioneers. Number 25, Taylor Gilbert.
Boy, Coach Buzalaki just keeps putting in rotating bigs.
Another one is good for Gilbert. Now 3 more come back in for the Pioneers, including Guerra, and then also Byrel and Maya Damask.
Bakoritz, I remember her dad came up to me and told me, hey, this is how you say the last name a couple years ago.
Burkort's.
Yeah, yeah. Bakoritz. Bakoritz. But what a player, however you say it.
Abby Hardman seeing her first action of the game for the Hawks now as she checks in. Hartman, the sophomore from Wonder Lake, Illinois. Kick back out, wide open. Leslie 3, that will miss off the front. Rebounded out by Damask.
Her first, I believe, attempt unofficially on a 3.
4:53 remaining in the second quarter. 29-23 lead for the Ripon College Redhawks. Foul. Going to be on Opelt.
So the Ripon channel, 987, as our executive director tells me to say, it's 987. And Stretch Internet, live streaming here. Anybody who wants to give us a shout out, we will give you one if you let us know you're watching right now live.
You can call Marty's personal cell phone.
Yeah, 911. No.
Don't call that one.
Kidding.
Here's the inbounds.
Oh,
Turn
tough
around.
defense on the ball.
Damask puts that one up. Redhawks able to bring that one out.
Great pestiness by that guard. Dropped down to help on the block.
Fall will set it up and direct Opelt. Say, look for a screen. Nope, she'll work around it. Forward 23, shot on the way. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound comes out to the Pioneers. They will run.
Good shot.
Shot on the way. 3 is good for number 1,
better
Carolina
shot.
Postaloo.
Yeah. Ripon by 3, 4 minutes left until half.
Back down to Fall. She'll look for somebody in the middle, not there. Shot on the way, put up on the run, no good. And Damask will come away with it.
Coach Buzalaki has played 10 so far in this game.
Damask on the left-handed runner.
How did that not go
I
in?
was just going to say the same thing, Marty. How did that not go in?
And Damask body language said the same thing.
29-26, 3:33 remaining here in the first half. Back out, they'll work it. Shot on the way. 3 going to miss off.
Still great ball movement by Ripon.
Damask on the rebound. Shot by Annika Anderson. Damask on the outside will bring it in. Oh, Redhawks got a hand on it. That'll be a travel. As Bokoritz was working against the
Bokoritz did a great job. She was up on her tight, and then she gave ground, and that's created when the offensive player wanted to put pressure on her for a dribble. Traveled, stumbled. Little cat and mouse defensively.
29-26, Redhawks lead by 3, 3:06 remaining in the first half. And Opelt will walk it up.
I like the composure that Ripon's playing with.
Opelt will back it out to Cindy Pittenger. Drive to the right side. That's going to be a turnover
Yeah.
from Hartman. And Platteville will come the other way with a chance to tie. Anger on the step right side, no good. Crash from Damask on the rebound. She'll go up with it and get fouled.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Ripon made a mistake there. They both had their backs boxing out, but nobody looked to see. Head was not on a swivel to see where's the next white jersey. They could have boxed her out. And she did a great job, Damask, to split the defenders and get that offensive rebound.
So Jensen's going to come back in for the Hawks, and also Allison Leslie.
There's confidence to your starter gets 2 quick fouls to start the contest, and she's in and out in the rotation just as if she didn't have any fouls. Buzalaki definitely trusts her.
Damask missing on that first free throw attempt. 29-26, Ripon leading, 2:36 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, you might remember too, Damask has a brother too, a very talented brother. I believe played one of the Kentucky schools, Western or Northern Kentucky.
And that one is good, 29-27. 5 points now for my Damask. Ripon with a 2-point lead with 2:28. Jensen on the outside edge looking to find somebody inside. She'll bring it in to the lane and back it out to Jensen for the step back on the 3. That's going to miss off left edge. Damask on the clear out, and here comes Liliana Gara.
Leslie, 0 for 2. Has the school record for most threes in a game, 9.
Good move around from Byro, but that one won't go down the cylinder, and the rebound comes out for the Hawks, and here's Opel.
Yeah, nice one and done as we get a timeout called by Buzalaki. Nice one and done, Pittenger with that rebound.
So the next up for the Red Hawks is going to be coming up this, Saturday versus St. Norbert at 5:30 p.m.
Yep.
And then, I should say Friday.
They're going to go over to Oshkosh. They don't have to travel too far.
And then they'll be versus Alma on Saturday at 1 p.m.
I used to have an aunt Alma, but this is probably
Oh.
different.
Well,
I don't think they'll be
maybe
playing.
they named the city after her, Marty.
Maybe. Probably not, though.
Who knows? Who knows? Glad to have you along here on this Wednesday night action, 29-27. Ripon leading 2 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the depth and the half-court offense that Ripon is running, and their defense seems to be figuring things out, doing a much better job on the block. Damask was having her way with any of the defenders to start with, and now she's working much tougher for a living.
The court's back in, and here's Kiana Fall, who also came back in.
Little block from behind, clean, no call.
Just 8 seconds ticking off the clock there. And the inbounds again. Falls on the right wing, looking against Guerra. Leslie this time. She'll go through and she'll take a shiver of the forearm.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought.
11 got, I was going to say got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, but that was like, you're right. I think that was more of what we saw on Thursday Night Football last week.
So going to the free throw line will be Allison Leslie, and checking back in will be Mueller for the Pioneers.
I don't know how many people know that Coach Buzalaki for Ripon has an identical twin sister. And then Coach Kane, the men's coach for Ripon College, has identical twin daughters. It's a twin thing.
This is why we bring him on the broadcast, folks. He has
Yes.
all the insight. Here's the free throw. Good. 31-27 as the Red Hawks take a 4-point lead with 1:42.
Played noon ball once when Buzalaki and her sister showed up to play.
Did you get schooled?
Oh, yeah. And I didn't know which one did it to me.
Right. Nelson on the drive, no good. Damask backward and one.
There's some emotion by Damask. Well, all of a sudden she's made her presence known on the offensive boards in the last minute and a half.
So that's going to be a foul on Jensen. That'll be her third, so she is out.
Yeah. You gotta, as soon as that shot goes up, you gotta headhunt opposite color jersey, and you gotta get low and wide and box out. Fundamentals.
Damask will make that one, makes the score 31-30. Just about 90 seconds remaining in the first half on your Ripon College scoreboard.
Ripon had them doubled up 18-9, I know, at one point.
A couple times they were up by 8 or 9. Here comes Fall on the baseline run, looking for some help. Wide open on the outside, thought about it. For Mullen. Shot at free throw, no good.
I like that aggressiveness by her, though. Mullen, the sophomore.
Addie Byro on the step back will look for some help to Mueller. Byro will try to find Damask back there. Instead, Brindley Nelson inside the Damask this time. She'll work around and get the contact and go back to the free throw line.
That'll be on Mullen. The Green Bay Titletown, Green Bay Southwest High School player, Mullen.
Both teams in the bonus now. And Damask on the free throw. That one is short.
Wow, she's not having the night so far at the free throw line.
Cassidy Walters scheduled to check back in at the next break.
That's a good move. She showed us a lot to start the game.
That one won't go either for Damask.
Yeah, short and then long on the miss. Short iron, long iron.
Pittenger with the rebound, and Kiana Fall will set it up. Work between the circles, go to the right side of the key. Spin move in, Schutz dribbles, back out. The courts setting up for Fall. Got an outside, Mullen. Now good ball movement. Leslie for a three. There we go.
Oh, how's that for a
Extra,
story?
yeah, the extra pass was the key.
Wow.
Under 20 seconds to go with a 4-point lead, 34-30 here in the second quarter. Mueller thought about a three, did not take it, backs it out to Nelson. Nelson will go baseline, throw back to Mueller. Now she'll launch the three, that's good as well. No, two.
Instant replay, had her foot on the line.
1 second, half quarter on the way from Fall, won't go. What a great first half. Women's basketball, the 1,000th game for the Ripon College women's basketball program, and they lead 34-32. Marty, any comments before we take a quick break?
No, other than these two teams are evenly matched without question, both at the guard position, and I'm very surprised just how good and deep the forwards are for Ripon.
We'll take a short break and come back in just a little bit with second half action. The Ripon College Redhawks leading UW-Platteville 34-32 from Stretch Internet and the Ripon Channel. Welcome back inside the Wilmore Center here on the Ripon College campus as the Ripon College Redhawks lead the Platteville Pioneers 34-32 in this women's basketball game, the 1,000th women's basketball game in history here at Ripon College. Nice halftime presentation. Recognize Elaine Cole and Pat Gagnon, and a moment of silence for Julie Johnson here as well. So let's take a look at that first half statistically. We'll start first with UW-Platteville. They shot just about 42%, 5 of 12 in that first half, 1 of 2 behind the arc, and 3 of 7 from the free throw line for just 43% in the first quarter, I should say. And then in the second quarter, they warmed it up a little bit. So for the first half, they shot 11 of 24 for 46%, 3 of 5 behind the arc for 60, and 7 of 14 at the free throw line. They are led by Maya Damask with 8 points, 5 points from Liliana Guerra, and 5 points from Sarah Bueller. For the Ripon College Redhawks, 13 of 33 for 39%, 2 of 6 behind the arc for 25, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Allison Leslie with 12 points. That's a quiet 12 points because I didn't think she had that, to be honest with you. 7 points from Kiana Fall, and 4 points from Cassidy Walters, 3 points from Annika Anderson, 2 from Skylar Brescia, 2 from Abby Hartman, and 2 from Sydney Pittenger as well to add up to 34. Redhawks led by as many as 9 a couple of times in that first half. Keys for the second half, Marty, what are you seeing?
More of the same by both teams. I don't think either team's going to change much, other than I think Ripon needs to be more conscious on the defensive end, try to get it to be more of a one and done. You cannot have the bigs for Platteville getting second opportunities down low. But other than that, you look at the stats, you just talked about them. I see a lot of evenness there in shooting percentages. A little bit better from downtown, I think Platteville has been. But we saw in those last few closing minutes of the first half where Ripon started to make that extra pass that you talked about and get that person open for that good square look for the three-pointer, and it seemed to help out for Ripon. But inside, the way that Kiana Fall, the point guard for Ripon, and some of the forwards even, Walters comes to mind, have been able to break down that defense, particularly in the first quarter. Very impressive with their dribble.
10 minutes on the clock, and we are set to start the third quarter, second half.
Both teams playing man-to-man all the way so far.
Walters will inbounds to Kiana Fall. Bonnie Jensen, who's got 3 fouls. Go to the right, scoop up, no good on the shot.
It's big in there.
On to the other side we go. Same starting 5 for both teams to begin the second half. That one went through the legs of Damask. She was able to get it, put up the left-hander, won't go. Walters on the rebound, and here come the Hawks. Left side set up for Fall. She'll bring it back to the middle. Jensen's open in the corner. She'll go baseline against Damask. Easy task, right?
Yeah, really. And she
Pittenger.
shoots a good 3. Fall.
Sydney posting up, working against Gilbert. That one won't go. 34-32, a minute gone here in the third quarter.
When we shot that pregame down on the court side, I couldn't believe the size and the height of some of these players.
Back up top, and the run through from Byrel coming off the left side, and that won't go. Rebound fought out of there by Kiana Fall.
Platteville's had two close ones just roll off the iron.
Fall baseline, scoop back out. Walters for the 3. That'll hit front short, no good. Damask on the clear. Quickly up ahead, they go to Heckert. Now inside. Gilbert will force one up. That one wasn't go.
Good no call. Great job by Pittenger just walling her off.
34-32, Ripon, 8:18 remaining in the third quarter. Fall kind of stalking to see what's going to set up. Jump stop from Walter. She'll put one up. I don't think that was the wisest choice, and I think she'd agree with that.
She lost her balance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damask will turn around and will get the foul. As Kiana Fall was there, takes the tumble.
And that's what great defensive position will do. Fall is a heady player, no doubt about it. Complete player.
Damask, that's her first foul of the ball game.
And you're going to have Fall for another year.
Across the timeline, she'll set it up and go to the left edge and find Cassidy Walters. Pittenger on the jump, on the dribble. That won't go.
I'd love to see when she caught that ball, just square and shoot from there. Don't take it into the teeth of the defense. Stop and pop.
Damask back outside, Byrel for the three. That won't go. Rebounded out. Shot on the way from Guerra. That's good for a three, and the lead goes to the Platteville Pioneers.
They shot a little bit better percentage-wise, 3 for 5 in the first half from downtown, and they're going to try to stick to that.
Fall will try to go baseline, but it's going to get a tie up. There'll be a kicking violation called against.
Yeah, it's got to be against
right.
Platteville. Fall was doing everything up from her knees.
And that will reset the shot clock to 20 seconds.
Platteville with a 1-point lead here, off to the little bit of a quicker start in the second half.
Bella Opel back into the ball game for the Hawks. Fall, shot on the release, no good. Damask on another rebound.
Good play by Jensen not to pick up her fourth.
Platteville with 14 rebounds in that first half. The Red Hawks with 22. Byrel will look for somebody to help, and they'll find Liliana Guerra.
Yeah, and Guerra, they got to shadow Guerra. They can't give her that good look on the three. She's shown that she's quite potent from there.
4 on the shot clock on the way. That one's put up, no good. Rebounded out. Who's going to grab it? Bonnie Jensen.
She can dribble like a guard with her head up, looking for someone to pass it to.
Well, she might have dragged a little bit on that foot, but
I agree. I think that's part of the game where, years ago, you're going to call that automatically. Now, in high school, you still do, but in college, they kind of let it go. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know.
35-34, Ripon trailing by 1, 6:30 remaining in the third quarter. Guerra on the setup to the right side. Finds Allison Heckert, back to Damask. Maya will find Liliana Guerra, working against Fall.
Yeah.
Shot from Damask is up, no good. Mid-range jumper won't hit. Brescia checked back in for the Hawks at the last break. Fall on the run on, had a lot of land in front of her, but standing there was Sarah Mueller.
Yeah, I think Brescia thought that Fall was going to take it in and kind of relaxed. Wasn't ready for the pass.
And a quick basket put up from Allison Heckert as she only had Kiana Fall to work around defensively. 37-34, biggest lead of the ball game for Platteville.
Quick is right about that transitional basket by Platteville, and a wise timeout by Coach Buzalaki for the Red Hawks.
You talked a little bit about defensively. Red Hawks just didn't get back on that one because all that was there in the real estate was Kiana Fall. So Tigers, or I should say Hawks, got to figure that out.
Kind of beat Ripon at their own game. They like to transition, particularly with Fall on a speed dribble, and that's what they just kind of did and caught Ripon a little out of sync. So yeah, Ripon comes out to start the second half a little bit quiet, and I think Platteville smells something here. And now they got a 3-point lead where they trailed pretty much the entire first half of the game.
Just want to thank our friend Mike Westendorf, Westenmeyer, the athletic director, I should say, I'll get it right, sports information director here, for providing us a big list of things to kind of chat about during this 1,000th game. Ripon has had 3 players in the program history finish their career with more than 1,200 points and 650 rebounds. That includes Megan Lemoyen, Kay Tranel, and Erin Lind accomplishing those feats. So.
They all had their patent moves.
Yes.
Omoyan had that fadeaway sweep with both hands off the glass, and the drop step was the Ripon kid,
Erin Lind.
From high school all the way through Ripon College.
Quick timeout taken again by the Red Hawks on the loose ball.
I'll tell you right now, Coach, she might be the mother of two, but right now she's a basketball coach, and she's going to let them know that her expectation of hustle and start, if they're going to come through this game and get a win, they're going to do it on the defensive side of things. And they have to start eliminating more than just one opportunity for the Pioneers from the floor when that ball goes up.
Talked about the depth of this team, 22 players on the roster. Now there's one out. It looks not dressed as well, but everybody else suited up, ready to be available if they need to.
Yeah, we know who that player is. I talked about her before we went on the air. A young girl from Amboy, Illinois.
Brayshaw, spin move, muscles it, no good. Tipped out of there and run down by Heckert.
Didn't get it, but better hustle by the Redhawks.
We're talking Abby Payne with the injury.
Wow, great entry pass, couldn't finish. Brescia with the defensive board.
Kiana Fall, baseline run, scoop, reverse, puts up and good.
How many times has she done that in her life? 5 point, 5'1". You use that rim on the reverse layup a lot.
5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Platteville leading by 1, 37-36. Byral.
Ripon's picking up that defense coming off that second timeout here.
Guerra on the left-handed dribble will fire back out to Byral, who reloads behind the arc. Mueller with a quick pass inside. Maya Damask, she'll muscle because she won't get it and she'll get fouled.
Yeah, she needed to be a little more vertical with those arms. She didn't like the call, but you make it too easy for the official. If those arms aren't straight up to the ceiling, they're going to protect the person with the ball, and that's what they're going to do, and she's going to be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Jordan Bacourt's on the foul for the Redhawks. Her second personal. Maya Damask at the free throw line. Damask on that free throw is good.
Struggled in the first half, it seemed.
Yeah, 207 from the arc, I should say from the free throw line in that first half.
Some players are better than shooting free throws from the arc than from the 15-foot stripe. Isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah. Damask will get a quick break. 39-36 as the Pioneers take a 3-point lead with 4:42 remaining in the third. Annika Anderson in for the Hawks and Fall across the 47-foot line. Set up to the outside. O'Pelt will fire through. That one won't go. Gets her own rebound. Says, uh-oh, I need some help. And we'll fire it back out. Anderson finds Fall. With a crossover. Goes to the right side. High off the glass. That'll be a foul.
Boy, she just does a great job of drawing that contact. You would think 5'1", I'm just stay down, I'm going to block this. She creates it.
Fall will shoot 2 for the Hawks, who were 6 of 7 from the free throw line in the first half, and that one is good.
By the way, that was Annika Anderson that initially attacked the rim and got her own rebound. That was a pretty savvy move. And it created the opportunity for Fall to be shooting these free throws.
That one is good as well. 5 of 6 tonight from the charity stripe is Kiana Fall. 39-38, Platteville leading Ripon 4:14 left in the third quarter. Up, Heckert, and a foul off the ball.
She got fooled. I think that was on, and it was Anderson. She got fooled on the balls of her feet, went up, did a blow by, then rubbed on her and got called for the foul.
Inbounds, there's Mueller. She'll put it up and one.
Wow.
The Cords is going to get the foul. And that'll be her third, I think.
Yeah, boy, she's got to be really frustrated right now. You gotta put your back to the inbounder and go completely with the person you're guarding, and belly button to belly button, I call it.
Free throw is good to make it 42-38. Platteville is led by as many as 5.
Our executive producer, cameraman's making a comment. I totally agree, by the way, down to that other end. If you're going to foul. I mean, you prevent the three-point play.
O'Pelt with 10 on the shot clock. Got to work it back out. Kiana Fall taps the head, says, where are we going? She'll get the screen from Brescia, take it low and put it up. Rebound put back out there, and
unfortunately, Fall was out of bounds and then didn't establish herself inbounds before she got that tip ball from her teammate. So it's a turnover.
42-38, 3:30 remaining in the third. Guerra will work it around and find Allison Heckert. Heckert to Aspen Stewart. Three-pointer on the way. That won't go. Rebounded out. Brescia.
Brescia, just love it. And Fall got tied up with a player. Brescia's telling the ref to call the foul.
Fall on the dribble inside, but sides against it. Backs it out, finds Anderson. She'll cross-court it. Bakuritz back. Opelt. Fall. Brescia. Post up, works around, gets the foot on the line.
Yeah. Boy, they did everything. It was ball reversal and then feed the post. Brescia did a head and shoulder and then dribbled to the other side of the lane line and then stepped out of bounds in doing so.
Sydney Pettinger back into the ball game for the Hawks. 38-42, Ripon trailing with 2:49 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, does Ripon have an answer to a more consistent Platteville effort right now?
Well, the tempo of Platteville has definitely picked up here in this second half. Shot on the way is up and good from Carolina Apostolou.
And they're doing it from both down low and from downtown with the three-point shot. Very balanced half-court attack.
Biggest lead of the ball game now for the Pioneers, 6:44-38, 2:20.
Yeah, this could be critical time for Ripon, even though you got over 2 minutes left in just the third quarter.
Bakuritz comes back into the middle. 5 on the shot clock. We need something here. Anderson will go up with it and get fouled.
Strong move.
Oh, that's Opelt.
Yeah, Opelt, the freshman, strong move. That old expression, someone forgot to remind her she's just a freshman. She's playing much bigger than that.
Bonnie Jensen back into the ball game for the Hawks, as is Allison Leslie.
Opelt was Wisconsin Coaches Association All-Star. She was from the Clover Belt Conference, first team All-Conference 2 years in a row. East Division Player of the Year. Her team went 14-0. She averaged 15 a game her senior year.
Missed that second free throw, but made the first one to make it 44-39. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Byro. Inside, Gilbert to Mask. That will go 46-39. 7-point lead now for the Pioneers.
Points coming easy, it seems, for the Pioneers right now.
Leslie will find Bakuritz over to Jensen on the edge. Travel. Oh, that one they go. Okay.
You know, what's interesting about that is she stuttered the 1 foot, but I felt she kept the left foot still. I think it kind of fooled the official.
Brindley Nelson into the ball game for the Platteville Pioneers.
Jensen has never gotten into the game. She got those 2 early fouls and has never been really gotten comfortable in this contest.
Byro with a quick dish on the outside, trying to get it to Gilbert. Too hard on the throw. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover.
Yeah, the oldest play in basketball, pick and roll. Now they turned it over, so Ripon needs to start thinking in terms of taking advantage of the mistakes by Platteville. They're not making too many.
Bella on the drive. Back to Bonnie. And Jordan lost it for a second. Jensen will reload, find Pittenger. She'll put it up, get fouled along the way.
Well, she knew what to do when she got it.
There wasn't much space there, but there was some for her to attack.
Bakuritz is just having an off night. She's frustrated. It's interesting how coach is leaving her out there too and trying to see if she can work through it.
Free throw missed by Sydney Pittenger.
A lot of other coaches would have that short leash with back-to-back fouls. She's going to let her play. I like that.
That one's good, making it 46-40. And Laura Enger back in for the Pioneers.
Another big.
6'1" junior from DeKalb, Illinois. 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter.
I know DeKalb, Interstate 88.
Anger looking, finding Byro. 6-point lead for the Pioneers in the third.
Good defense. Look at that. There's a nice play by the young lady that struggled from Luxembourg Casco today.
Inside feed, trying to get there, turned over. Ball on the ground and a held ball.
Well, that's the good news. Possession arrow.
So Ripon's been outscored 14-6 in this quarter.
Yeah, kind of like they went in, and it's almost a shame they had to have halftime if you're a Ripon fan. And give Platteville a lot of credit. They, like you said, Jason, astutely, they picked up that tempo and with their half-court offense, and it's got Ripon playing a step behind.
25 seconds remaining here. Damask looking to go inside. Instead, she'll work it back out. And guess what?
Yeah.
Brindley Nelson decided to go baseline, and she wanted to keep the pass on the outlet and went out of bounds.
Right. She's going to go down, like you said, going to go down baseline. Someone's supposed to pop up, and the point guard.
Somebody's got to do the inbounds.
Yep.
Fall will get it in. And hand it right back to her.
Nervous Ripon fans there.
Kiana will drive baseline, double teamed at the baseline, knocked out of bounds.
I like what Fall's trying to do, the penetration dribble, draw and kick it out to an open teammate for a three-pointer.
And sometimes as a coach, you might get uncomfortable with her going into that double team that she's going to see every time because of just a height difference, but she's able to handle it.
Yeah,
right?
she's able to maintain the dribble and calm under pressure. Yeah, a lot of people will freeze and pick the dribble up and then they're trapped.
Way out up top to Fall, 10 seconds on the clock. She'll go to the right side of the key, dribble behind the back. Now reload on the crossover, swim, move, and get picked.
Yep.
Brindley Nelson will come the other way, 1 second on the clock, and time will run out at the end of the third quarter. Platteville leading Ripon 46-40. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. It's Ripon College women's basketball on Stretch Internet and the Ripon Channel. Welcome back to the Wilmore Center on the Johnson Gillespie courts in the Doc Weisky Gymnasium as we begin the fourth quarter. Platteville leading 46-40 as they outscored Ripon 14-6 in that third quarter.
Well, there you have it. And they've secured a half-dozen-point lead. Does Ripon have the answer?
Starting five back out on the floor for both teams. Leslie will drive, put up the shot, drop step, good basket.
Little baby half hook by the Bloomfield, Colorado kid.
Oh, that was Sydney Pittenger. I'm sorry. I think I called Leslie on that. My bad. Damask will work against Bonnie Jensen, go to the left side. Now running to another player out there. That's Cassidy Walters, but she's still going to get the shot up and good.
Yeah, it was a nice step through on the double team.
Fall across the timeline. We'll set up left edge, work it back to the middle. Walters between the circles. Leslie inside to Pittenger this time. This time she gets blocked. Damask loses it, and not sure what happened there.
Yeah.
Fall on the three. No. Damask this time fights for it. Ball goes out of bounds off of Ripon.
Yep. Pittenger reached in on that. Still that 6-point differential. We're in the final, just under 9 minutes remaining in the game.
48-42. Platteville leading Ripon, 8:45 on the clock. Guerra over to Damask. Inside, they'll work it. Gilbert back out.
That's a walk.
Shot on the way. Put up, no good. Rebound. Ball on the floor.
Way to battle. Jensen has had an uncharacteristically off night tonight, but I'll tell you wouldn't know from battling on the floor there.
Kiana Fall with 11 points for the Hawks. Allison Leslie with 12, which means she's been held scoreless so far in the second half.
Yeah, and if they're going to win, it's going to be Fall getting the ball to her teammates and doing damage on her own as well.
Damask tried to save that one and got picked off. Now back at it again. The save, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Ripon's Kiana Fall.
Yeah, Pittenger had that rebound and then gets a little careless getting it to the guard. Pivot under pressure. Guard can come right up to you and take the handoff if you want.
Heckard inbounds to Damask. She just walked right around Jensen, puts up the shot left-handed off the glass, good. 8-point lead, 50-42 with 8 minutes remaining.
That's big.
Leslie over to Jensen on the wing. Cross courts, back over to Kiana Fall. Fire inside to Leslie once again. It's going to go out of bounds.
I like the way Fall always looks to, in a traditional sense of a point guard, always looks to feed her teammates, and then certainly more than happy to attack with a dribble and score on her own if need be.
Jordan Pecourt's back into the ball game as Jensen will take a seat. Leslie on the drive to the right side of the lane, loses the dribble, gets it back, 10 on the shot clock, and a foul.
Yep, by Leslie. Little lackadaisical with the ball there.
Maybe a little bit more of a frustration foul than anything, right? Just
anytime you lose the ball. Yeah, remember we were talking about Erin Lind earlier. Boy, there was one that would do that in high school. she didn't make any, tried to hide the fact.
Byro with the basketball. Now they'll work it inside. Damask there, falls down, and a held ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Redhawks.
Well, 7.5 minutes remaining, down by 8 Ripon is, and
we'll give credit to Kelly McNiff and her staff of UW-Platteville for coming out and stepping up that pace just a little bit here and taking that lead. 50-42, 7:30 remaining in the ball game.
Oh yeah.
Fall on the dribble on the left edge.
And they're doing a great job of denying Ripon really good looks in their offense.
Fall on the dribble this side, 9 on the shot. She's got to pick it back out. Leslie for the 3, got it.
We'll see if that takes the lid off for 23.
50-45, 6:58 remaining. Platteville with a lead. Damask, left, finish, good.
Boy.
She seems to find the separation in the hole in the gap. I should say in the gap.
Yeah.
And just make something.
There was no help defense, and Ripon paid the price.
Well, Pelt will look it over to Kiana Fall. 6:30 remaining. Pittenger this time. She'll come around that hook again. This time it won't go. Gilbert will pull the rebound.
Yeah, you got to step into that, but she's been blocked on that shot before too.
Byro on the dribble out. Quick feed inside. Damask goes up with it. She'll get fouled. She's got 18 points right now, and she being my Damask.
And that probably goes on number. Oh no, they're going to give that to
Pelt.
Yeah,
it'll be her second. And Mueller will come back into the ball game for the Pioneers. And Brescia back in for the Hawks. And Damask that time, nope, won't go.
Huh. That's the only part of the game that you'd say, hey, you know, everything else, rebounding on both ends, her defense, her scoring ability from anywhere pretty much.
Second free throw is good, making it 53-45, 6:10 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Anakin Anderson for Ripon will come in on the next whistle.
Pelt. Starting
to lose the clock is going to be a concern here.
Fall will dribble down, run out of real estate, kick back out to Pelt. She'll come through with it and finish high.
Oh,
wouldn't go for her.
What a move.
This time the ball runs out and then Ripon comes away with it.
Pelt.
She'll look to fire. Brescia goes up on the fake. Good. Patience on that one was the key.
Yeah, nobody does the head shoulder on the Ripon squad better than Brescia.
53-47, 5:25 remaining. Redhawks trail by 6. Damask, she got the 3 range, yep.
Yep, that's that complete offense I was talking about.
56-47.
What a huge basket, just as Ripon's trying to make an effort to get back in this one. 5 minutes left in the game.
Skyler will come in with the right-handed dribble. Going to have to back out. Finds Kiana Fall. Go behind the back. She'll kick back out. Pecourt's over to the left edge. Bella Opel. 3 on the way from Fall. That one won't go.
Look at that.
Thrasher with the crash and the rebound. Fall this time.
Dribble, jump, stop.
That's a Euro step, right?
No, that's a dribble jump stop, actually. The Euro step is you continue with the
Right.
stride, which is walking, actually. They just make it sound cooler. What a dribble jump stop with the left hand.
49-56 with 4:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Got to keep up that pace right now if you're Ripon. You got to look for something to develop.
The half-court defense for Platteville is making Ripon really work that shot clock down. And, of course, the clock is no longer a friend of Ripon, and to the contrary. So transition is what they want to do. They probably want to get the tempo, they being Ripon, get that tempo up, but they got to lock down on defense. It doesn't do any good to exchange baskets.
Ripon has 2 timeouts left, and Platteville with 3 here in the game.
Domas on that 3 made it a 9-point lead, and how ironic, the biggest lead in the first half was by Ripon by 9.
Yeah.
So that's what's happened here in the second half in terms of these two teams have like switched jerseys or something.
My Damascus leading scorer in this ball game so far with 22 points.
Great job of not allowing Leslie to get on track with her 3-point shooting.
Leslie with 15, Kiana Fall with 13.
Yeah, what a quiet 15. You mentioned that at halftime, looking at the leading scorer for the Red Hawks.
She had 12 at halftime. I'm like, man, I don't
Where'd that
remember
come
hitting.
from?
I don't remember hitting that many.
Yeah, somebody must have got the wrong number on the jersey.
Abby Byrell do the inbounds. I should say Addie Byrell on the inbounds. We'll work outside. Liliana Guerra, much like Kiana Fall, she doesn't make too many mistakes.
No.
Handling that is coming up.
And
Damask inside feed. Mueller, she'll post, work against Brescia.
Good defense by Brescia. Walling up, making her put up a bad shot. Leslie back to her former high school teammate.
Fall with the handoff from Anderson, and now a touch foul around the edge from Guerra.
There's one called the hesitation dribble. That was the stop and go dribble in her repertoire. Once again, creating contact. Stops the clock, which is good if you're a Ripon fan. Down by 7. Ripon will inbound under their basket. See what they got for an inbounds play.
Guerra's second foul. No, now switched to first foul. She started at 3, went to 2, now has 1.
Look at that. Oh, one of the few mistakes she has made.
Heckert will throw back down to Mask. Now here comes Mueller through the middle. And the basket will go.
Wow, I was just going to say on the floor. Are you kidding me? What is... Oh, my goodness. It's one of those where the ref thought, you know, it'd be cool to call continuation. I haven't called a continuation this year.
Mueller will get the and 1, and Coach Busalaki is expressing her discontent. The free throw is no good, and Brescia will run it down. He got numbers.
You know what's funny is when a ref, he probably knows that he blew that call, but they got to sit there and explain to the coach why it was the right call.
Yeah. I messed up.
Yeah, here's Fall with the ball back on top to Leslie.
Leslie between the circles will go to the left edge. Back to Kiana Fall on the left wing.
Need a basket here if you're Ripon.
Fight her way through it. 9 on the shot clock. Leslie for 3. That'll help.
Oh, I guess that counts as a basket if you're Ripon.
58-52. 3 minutes remaining as Platteville has a 6-point lead.
Stay down. You wouldn't think Platteville's going to shoot some deep balls here. I would think they want to work the clock and try to get inside.
Damask on the left with it. She'll come baseline and work around Leslie, and Leslie just had to follow her to get some kind of defense on her.
And Leslie looks gassed. If red cheeks mean anything.
3rd foul on Allison Leslie. 4th team foul.
She's gassed, but coach says, guess what? We need that 3-point shooting.
Well, there she posts up against Damask and is able to get a turnover.
Wow. Great hands.
Counts.
Great hands by Leslie.
Goes on the dribble. Snake move around, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Damask,
the freshman from Neilsville on a great move.
Byrell to Damask between the wheels. Back over to Heckert. Finding Mueller. Back out on top, they'll go. That's Aspen Stewart. 8 on the shot clock for the Pioneers. Quick feed down to Damask, working against Leslie again. Got to fire back out, got her up in the air.
Yeah.
Nice move by Byro, puts it in and good.
Yeah, I don't know if she was calling backboard, but it doesn't matter. It's still 2 points.
Well, you burned 30 seconds too, right? That took
Yeah.
it all the way down to 1. Fall will go underneath and try to get something on the scoop, but it's going to get fouled.
Silly foul by Platteville.
8-point lead for the Pioneers, 60-52 with $1:53 remaining in the fourth.
What a great take by the freshman Opelt on their possession prior to this one. And it did everything but go in the cylinder, which would have made it at that time a 4-point game.
Liliana Guerra back into the ball game for the Pioneers, and here comes the inbounds from Ripon. Brescia posting up against Mueller. She'll go
Get in.
left hand. That one won't go. I was thinking he better call continuation if that one goes.
Her freshman year, she would get an offensive rebound and then kind of panic and maybe oftentimes throw the ball away, turn it over. Well, those days are long, long ago.
Brescia free throw is good. Makes it 60-54.
She was a good charity stripe shooter even in her freshman year.
And that one won't go. 60-53, my bad. 7-point lead for the Pioneers.
Got to get up on them.
Byroll around the horn, they'll work it to Guerra. Now back out top, that's Damask. Finding Byroll. Here comes Heckert. Instead, she'll kick back up. Now they've worked it down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Mueller
Great
with a good move.
Mueller, what a nice player to have come off the bench. Are you kidding me?
10 points for Mueller off the bench, 12 now.
And she had a double-double in that weekend tournament. We'll get a timeout from Ripon. This schedule we talked about, a half dozen state schools is on Ripon College's schedule, and if you don't think that's going to prepare them for the Midwest Conference play, they're not going to see anything bigger, thicker, more physical than what they're going against here last weekend and then here tonight.
So we're talking about it being the 1,000th game in women's basketball history. You might say to yourself, well, I wonder who has the record for the most points in a single game for the women's program. And we called a few of these games with her in it. You got to go back to the 2005-2006 season.
I'm just going to guess, and I don't know. I'll say Carolyn Dane. But
there you go.
See, that was just a wild guess because I could think of 2 other players I could have also said.
37 points against Beloit.
Carolyn Dane, I remember she came in her freshman year. I remember her sophomore year, and the late Julie Johnson, I was telling her this. I said, you know what? I saw the first 2 seasons of Carolyn Dane, and I didn't see it, Coach. I just didn't see it. And her next 2 years, All-American, academic All-American, out of Beaver Dam High School. And
well,
Carolyn
they've been known
Dane,
to produce a few good basketball, girls basketball players, right?
some state championships of late.
D1 players.
I don't know if I'm getting this correct. I'm going to go out on the limb and say this, but I talked to somebody from Beaver Dam recently this summer out on the golf course, and I asked about her. They work at Old Hickory Golf Course. I think she might be a be with the police department in Beaver Dam. I might be confusing. Dane
Leslie
comes
for
around.
a 3, no good.
It was a nice circle around. She got a staggered screen for an open 3, long in the iron.
Under a minute to go. Platteville leading 62-53. Hickert finding Mueller. Look to go inside. Now to the right side, back to Byro with the high socks. Heckert this time will throw back out to Mueller with 42 seconds. Turned over. Got to come the other way. Here comes Ripon.
Got to shoot it right away.
Opelt. Leslie good for a 3. And a timeout. That should be the last timeout that Ripon has.
Yeah, she had to burn, she being Coach Buzalaki, those 2 quick ones in the start the second half to get her point across to this team. I tell you, I'm coming away with some good vibes about this Ripon team. The depth we talked about, you and I. The infusion of a couple of freshmen, effective. I think Fall picked up where she left off at point guard. She's just fun to watch. And she does, there's that old expression, a point guard, and sometimes nowadays that role has kind of changed where they hunt their points, point guards in the old days. Well, Fall kind of, she's more than happy to make the other 4 players look better. Right. And she doesn't have a problem taking on that role either.
Ripon will begin conference play coming up on November 27th at Carroll College, and then see Illinois College at Beloit versus Knox. Take a little school break for UW Stevens Point and UW Oshkosh, and then back in to conference play after the holiday break as well, January 4th. So,
Carroll, my son went there his freshman year, came back to play for Gordy Gillespie. The reason why I say that, it was Carroll College. It's been Carroll University, I think.
You're right. If I said that wrong,
well, then that's fine. I can see why you would say that. You know, schools go changing their name like that.
62-56, Platteville.
They used to be in our conference.
Yeah.
The men, by the way, this weekend in Ohio, Wooster, Ohio, with a tournament, Coach Kane.
Guerra, and she'll get the quick foul from Kiana Fall, put her to the free throw line.
Yeah, I'm not going to accept your apology, by the way, for calling it Carroll College. You know, that's
sincerest apologies.
Yeah, you buy me and Riley, you know, some Subway subs.
It'll be easy. I'll pay my debts.
Is it they went back to college or university? I got to check that out.
Free throw is good from
Waukesha.
Platteville, 63-56. Next one is good from Guerra as well.
Platteville, I'm going to say what, engineering? Is that what?
Oh yeah.
I think that's what that, you know, each school kind of gets known for something. Whitewater, business.
Of course, the big M in Platteville, right? On the hill, right?
Yeah.
As you drive by there, yeah.
In the old days, before they redid 151, I loved going through there because I could stop at the Culvers.
Wow, that's what matters.
Now it's really out of the way.
64-56, the Pioneers lead.
Sometime when we do another game, I'm going to share a story with you when we were traveling to go to Grinnell to play a football game, and we stopped at Platteville. I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
We'll talk sometime in the future.
So Platteville going to be on the road for the next 3 games. They'll be at Wartburg, they'll be at Chicago, and at Finlandia.
Well, let me tell you about Wartburg. It ain't going to get easier, because Wartburg's got a heck of a nice ladies program, not to mention football and wrestling. That Iowa State Conference with Central Iowa, Upper Iowa, some of those schools, very, very competitive. Coe College, former Midwest Conference.
So they're at Finlandia on the 27th and home against Marion. That's a ride.
Yeah. You know, that's that conference now that Norbert's went to. We'll talk about those schools sometime.
Leslie on the 3 is going to be no good. Damask will come away with the rebound and a timeout taken by Platteville because she wasn't sure if that was going to be a tie-up or not. So 30-second timeout.
So they went to the Northern Athletics Conference.
Yep, the NAC.
Collegiate, yeah. And schools in that, if you're wondering where Norbert's went to, try Edgewood, try Wisconsin Lutheran out of Milwaukee, Rockford University, Benedictine University of Lisle, Illinois, Milwaukee School of Engineering, Alverno College in Milwaukee, Aurora University in Aurora, Illinois, where my son and family live, Concordia University, River Forest, Illinois. Coach Kane coached a little bit there at River Forest. Concordia University of Mequon, Wisconsin. I think every state has a Concordia.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Dominican University, that's where Coach Kane coached at River Forest. And then Illinois Institute of Technology, Lakeland University, and Marion.
Here comes the inbound. Mueller's going to get a quick touch foul there as Ripon will foul.
So Norbert's is in that conference with those folks.
Foul is going to be on number 24, Bailey Mullen. And Pioneers will shoot 2.
Talked about Yorkville earlier. The player, the starter for Platteville. And my son's, their high school football team made the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row. They had to play a team.
Yeah.
The quarterback scoring to Notre Dame.
Oh.
And he showed why when it was 36-0 at the half in the second level of playoffs.
65-56, Platteville leading Ripon here with 10 seconds remaining.
Look at Fall.
Fall trying to get something. That ball's going to go out of bounds.
Brother Rice is the name of that team. He's going to play baseball too at Notre Dame.
Allison Leslie going to lead the scorers for Ripon tonight. 21 points, 22 for Maya Damask.
Maybe more if she can get this shot up in 4 seconds.
And she will. And that'll put her in the lead for the leading scorer of this ball game. And Leslie will finish with 23, and the ball game will end at Platteville 65, Ripon 58. You learned a lot in this game, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and story of two halves. Ripon came out looking really sound, balanced. Platteville came out and played an upper tempo game, and that was the difference of the game. Ripon couldn't quite catch up to them, but I saw a lot of stuff for Lady Redhawks that was impressive to me, and that make you feel good looking down. Here we are just at the beginning of the season.
Final score once again is Platteville 65, Ripon 58. Thanks for joining us on this 1,000th women's basketball game in Ripon College history.
Yeah, congratulations to Ripon College for that.
That's great. And as we mentioned before, just 3 coaches in that entire time in those 1,000
Lane
games.
Cole, Julie Johnson, and of course, Lauren Buzalaki.
I want to thank our executive producer and camera operator tonight, Riley Eisnagel. Would also like to thank Martin Ernster for the call as the game. My name's Jason Mansfield. We'll join you again next time here on Stretch Internet and the Ripon Channel. Thanks for joining us. The Redhawks fall tonight, 65-58. Have a great night.